Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for joining us here at Acquire Center. Today we're going to be discussing with one of our favorite experts on family life issues, and we're happy to have in our midst Dr Mrs Okonkwo. She's the Director of Student Support Service at Babcock University, and she's joining us today because she has a seminar she will be doing tomorrow, and we just thought we would grab a few things from her before she hits the stage tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. Okonkwo. I know that at Babcock, you are the Director of the Student Support Services. Support Center. Thank you. But I also know that your specialty is clinical psychology. You got your PhD in clinical psychology. We're happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, you will be discussing what we should know about each other, talking about man and woman. What's the big deal with the difference between men and women? People say men are from Mars, women are from Jupiter. It's difficult to understand each other. Some are speaking Greek, women are speaking Hebrew. What's going on?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say that I got my PhD from University of Ibadan.
Okay.
Counseling psychologist.
Wow. But
with specialty in clinical psychology.
Clinical psychology.
Yes.
And that's dealing with?
Yeah, dealing with emotions. Behaviors,
wow.
Mental health.
Okay.
Yes, and we have a lot of emotions, and mental health is the key thing now.
Yes, I've been hearing a lot about mental health, and I hope that now in this country that we are going to start taking a closer look at mental health. So we really need people, the experts in this field. So when it comes to men and women, are we very different?
Yes, we are very different. Like what you rightly said, tomorrow we are going to discuss about how we can understand each other. Because men are different, women are different.
How?
Our values are different. The values of women are different. Their own expectations are different. That of the men is also different. So you see that even from creation, God made it that way. It is God's brain sex assignment that assigned the gender roles to what it is right now. And a lot of people don't understand it. When you don't understand gender differences, you can hardly understand why a woman behaves the way she does and why the man behaves the way he does. You
said something, our expectations are different. In a relationship, all of this is in the context of a relationship.
Yes.
So in a relationship, what the man is looking for is often very different from what the woman is looking for. Can we elaborate more on, for example, what are the things that the woman is looking for?
Yes.
Generally.
Yes, a woman is looking for affection, basically. And that was why I started from gender differences. So women are communication-oriented.
But some men, they are looking for affection these days. They say we should keep in touch with our feminine side.
The way the men desire affection is different from the way the females desire affection.
So it's okay for a man to desire affection?
Yes, it's natural, it's normal, it's okay. But the way the females desire affection is different from the way
a lady will desire affection.
Yes, for example, a man will like, my husband calls it acts of service. Yes, you like respect, you want your food to be served, you want your home to be good, you want all those activities. A woman needs affection, a pat at the back, I love you, tender words, some romantic gestures, kisses, and all that.
I mean, I like romantic gestures, I like kisses, I like all those things.
Yeah, the way you like it and the frequency is different. Every human being is romantic. Every human being
should be romantic.
Every human being is romantic, naturally. But the thing is that the way you expect it is different from the way your wife will expect it. Your wife can lie down and, you know, squeeze her face. And maybe she has headache, in quotes. And you will come in there, why are you like this?
What's the problem?
And she will say, I have slight headache. Have you taken paracetamol? That's not what she needs.
The difference between how a man operates or expects things, that's what we're talking about. So can you really just shed some more light on how this plays out?
Yes, you know, I was telling you that it's God's prerogative for it to be like that. What do I mean by that? When a woman is pregnant, go to research. when the baby is about 14 weeks to 26 weeks thereabout, there is this chemical reaction that happens in the brain of the male baby, not for the female. And you know, the brain has two hemispheres. And in between the hemispheres, there's a groove, there's a pathway. For example, in pregnancy, when the baby is about 14 to 26 weeks thereabout, there's this chemical reaction that happens in the brain. You know, the brain has two hemispheres, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. And in between, there's a little gap in between. And between that gap has what we call rods. And there is a kind of flood. Let me just use a layman's word now. There's a kind of flood, like if there's rain, the flood comes. And when the flood comes, it carries some debris on the way. That's what happens to the center of the brain, between the two hemispheres. So these hormones will flood that center. That groove. Yes. That
is that for both male child?
No, just for the male child.
For male child.
It's natural.
Wow.
And then there are some rods there. That hormone, the hormone will now carry some of the rods away. For example, assuming the rods are about 50, I don't know the number. And because of that flood, it will carry away maybe about 20 or 30 thereabouts.
What's causing this flood? What's this flood?
It's natural. That was why I started by saying it's God's prerogative. That's how the male...
This is how the formation takes place.
Yes, that's how the male is being formed. It doesn't happen in a female child. And then when it does like that, then it will now go to the left hemisphere, here side of the brain of the hemisphere, and it will now, shrink the size of a male child. And that's where the brain sex assignment starts. What do I mean by that? The behavioral patterns. So you see that the male child has the right hemisphere intact. But the left hemisphere is reduced.
It's shrunken.
Yes, that's the word. Meanwhile, this does not happen in a female child's brain.
So a female side is both.
So what's the implication of this? The females, they have the flexibility, the luxury of navigating through the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere with ease. You see that women are communication-oriented people. Emotionally, they have feelings emotionally. It's not that a man does not have feelings.
But he doesn't access them.
No, a man finds it difficult. We put in extra effort to navigate through the right hemisphere to the left hemisphere. Yes.
From the right to the left. I always used to think that it's because of society that we say we bring up men to be hard and to be strict and to be...
Yes,
but there's something else going on there.
That sets up the behavioral pattern. Go and research it.
Wow.
So you see that men, they are logical people. Fact-oriented.
Most men,
Yes, most men. They have spatial superiority. What do I mean by that? If I want to park a car near the wall, I will even stop it about a pole before the wall, because I would just feel like I'm already hitting the wall. No, I'm already hitting the wall. Meanwhile, my husband will park it so close, and I'll be doing like this.
Is it not enough?
Yes, is it not enough? And when you come out, you see that there is space. And even my own is about a pole. And that is why you see men, when they want to overtake on the road, the gap could be like this. And they will just...
And navigate through.
A woman will stay and wait.
Would we say that this superiority, because when you use the word superiority, is it a disadvantage for a female? Should women grow up feeling that God has in some way naturally made them a bit less advantageous in ability to be logical? Is it a disadvantage, or should we not see it at all as advantage or disadvantage?
How I analyze it personally is that there is beauty in variety. We cannot all be males with logical thinking alone. Emotional will even level up the you know, the logical aspect of the man.
I think there's a famous quote from E.G. White. She says, "We are different. We often marry our opposites, and it's there to give us balance." I'm paraphrasing now, but the whole concept was that husbands and wives are different, but that difference is for balancing. Because if we were all one style, then we will tilt only to one area and miss out the emotion. So, for example, between me and my wife, for example, now, I would say I'm a choleric, at least from my own assessment.
You're a tax master.
Lord have mercy. And so I've also come to realize that if everybody was like me, and there will be no emotions, there will be no sentimentality.
Who will calm you down?
Lord have mercy. But my wife is just like on the other side, and I'm wondering, hello, wake up,
you are not moving,
what's happening, let's do something.
At the same rate
exactly.
and all that. So I want to let you know that we cannot have the same behavioral patterns.
Okay.
Otherwise, how will sensitivity be cultivated?
So are you saying that no one is better or worse? Do it so as men?
Let me finish this sensitivity thing.
Okay.
Character building.
Yes.
If you are different from me,
okay,
I have to learn how to cooperate and cope with you.
Okay.
And that is when my maturity comes up. My ability to stand you, to cope with you, love you as you are, and still move on happily. That's what God is looking for.
So you are saying that
because you are different and your wife is different, your ability to cope with one another makes your maturity right. So
if there's anything we should be proud of, if there's anything we should cultivate, it's our ability to cope with another.
It's our differentness, our uniqueness.
Yes, and the ability to cope with others is different.
Yes.
Okay, so a man who is in his world perfect, that perfection is questionable if he's not able to cope with the other side.
That's where emotional competence comes in.
And
in Christendom, that's where sanctification comes in.
Wow.
Sanctification is daily dying to self. You cannot cultivate character with somebody who flows with you all along and you agree with the person all the time. It doesn't happen.
I like that. You cannot cultivate character if you are only around the same type of people. And you have to be the ability to interact, to cope, to appreciate. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Others is what really develops our character.
Yes, and I'm sure that's why God made us this way. We have a teeming population here in the world.
Yes.
How come that I am not alone in my own world, in my own island?
Yes.
How can you develop? If you don't rub shoulders, you know, or disagree with somebody, how can you understand the person?
Wow. Wow. Because you see, the natural tendency is to also always believe that if I'm a man, I find my fellow men and we agree that, guys, man, we figure this life out. But these women, they don't seem to understand. And then when you meet a bunch of women, they have the same impression.
And yet you go for these women.
We have no choice now.
Why won't you have a choice?
Yeah. But
because you are not complete without the women.
Okay.
God created Adam.
Yes.
And Adam saw himself, and God just, wanted Adam to realize that aloneness is bad. Remember,
is not good.
Yes, go to the Bible. God said everything he created was good. But
it was not good for the man to be alone.
To be alone. What happened to Adam? Intuitively, spiritually, I'm sure, when the evening came, the female goat and the male goat, they went to one corner. Yes. They were rubbing themselves, and they were sharing their experiences for the day. And Adam was watching them in pairs like that,
wondering where's
and
mine?
He was very wealthy. He was the owner of Garden of Eden.
Yes.
He didn't lack anything. He didn't need to toil or anything. But that aloneness, that gap was there. He didn't even pray, but God saw it. God wanted him to have that need. That vacuum was there. And
so that he can, there's something I'm hearing. So it was not a mistake that God made Adam
God can never
alone.
Make a mistake.
But he wanted Adam to appreciate the presence now of his wife.
Variety.
Wow. You see, because I hear a lot of young people these days, and I'm sorry to say, a lot of women who've either been traumatized by a relationship, they start going around saying, you don't need a man, I'm fine, I can do everything myself. That's not
That's defense. That's defense mechanism.
You see, they're actually dealing with an issue.
Yes.
And they are just coping, looking for escape routes that they can cope.
And when God called Adam, Adam came, and God performed whatever, and Adam woke up, and Adam saw a figure. Go and read your Bible very well. God did not instruct Adam to name Eve.
Yes.
Automatically.
He called.
Wow. I've never seen a being like this before. This is the flesh of my flesh. This is the bone of my bone. I'm sure Adam grabbed Eve in the presence of God and gave her a very warm embrace and kiss.
Wow. Wow.
And
I see. So that need that was there had been.
I'm sure Adam told God, where did you keep the best for the last?
Yes.
This is
something
wonderful.
Is missing.
Something has been missing. I was wondering, now I am fulfilled. I have somebody who can, who can experience this Garden of Eden with me. We can go out and explore and all that. I want to tell you, God, that my joy is complete.
So back to our topic, what we need to know about each other. I think what I'm hearing is that, number one, we need to know that we need each other.
Yes.
I think that's the first rule we need to recognize that we need each other.
We don't need to know. It's inside us.
Yeah. But many of us are suppressing it.
Forget
by,
that
by
side.
culture.
It's there by default, if I can use computer language.
It's there.
Yes, it's
that
there.
Need for
it's
the other.
It's inherent in us. Otherwise, you won't get up from your home. You want to have a girlfriend. You want to feel loved. No matter how the world has been treating you, then you must, that softness, that arousal must be there.
So if Adam, like you said, Adam was very wealthy. If Adam, who had everything perfect and everything was brand new.
And there was vacuum.
And yet he still had, who are we in this world of limitations and problems? I want to thank you so much, because I know that tomorrow will be jam-packed. And if you have any questions, you can drop it on the comments down below. We'll really appreciate it, and thank you so much for coming. We look forward to tomorrow. I don't know if you have a few words that you would like to just share with people watching this channel as we wrap this topic up.
I want to tell you, if you're a male, please appreciate your wife. Affection is the key for a woman. And if you're a female, please respect your partner.
I hope we will have time to really discuss this more, because that issue, men like to sing the respect, respect, respect. And which one comes first? Let me look for trouble. Which one comes first? Respect or love? Which one should come first?
It's a mutual thing.
Child, I was thinking you say love.
You wanted to hold me.
But thank you so much. And guys, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. We hope to see you next. If you're a first-time viewer, please hit the subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, I would like you to click the like button, share this video, and thank you for joining us.